They say absolute power corrupts absolutely. But what if that power also unlocks secrets no one was ever meant to know? On the 15th of March, 44 BCE, better known as the Ides of March, Julius Caesar was stabbed to death by a group of Roman senators. Officially, it was to protect the Republic from his growing power. But what if that's only part of the story? What if Caesar knew something ancient, something forbidden, that sealed his fate long before the knives were drawn? Today, we peel back the polished marble of Roman history to ask, did Julius Caesar uncover a secret so dangerous that it cost him his life? Julius Caesar wasn't just a general, a statesman, or a tyrant in a red cloak. He was a visionary, obsessed with legacy, and some say immortality. After his conquest of Gaul, Caesar's fame skyrocketed. But when he crossed the Rubicon River in 49 BCE, defying the Senate, he wasn't just declaring war on Pompey. He was making a spiritual and political statement. I am the law. That alone would have been enough to put a target on his back. But what happened after his trip to Egypt made him truly dangerous in the eyes of Rome's elite. When Caesar met the Queen of Egypt, he found more than beauty and ambition. He found access to the oldest surviving knowledge of the ancient world. Egypt wasn't just another conquest. It was the living museum of a civilization thousands of years older than Rome. Cleopatra was the last of the Ptolemies, but she also carried the esoteric traditions of the pharaohs. The pyramids, the temples, the sacred rites, all of it was at her command. And Caesar? He was all ears. He spent months in Alexandria with her. According to some reports, he even explored the underground vaults of the Library of Alexandria. Rumors swirled that Cleopatra revealed ancient secrets to him. Prophecies, rituals, even lost technologies from civilizations that had vanished long before Egypt rose. It wasn't just romance. It was a transfer of forbidden knowledge. After Egypt, Caesar returned to Rome different. He declared himself dictator for life, and rumors spread that he planned to make himself a god in the flesh. Rome was a republic, at least on paper, and gods didn't walk in togas. But Caesar had already begun shaping a new vision. He minted coins with his face on them, unprecedented in Roman tradition. He sat on a golden throne in the Senate. He even wore purple robes, a color sacred to monarchs and deities. Why the rush to deify himself? Some scholars suggest Caesar believed he had to fulfill a prophecy, one he may have read in Egypt, one that spoke of a ruler who would transcend death and rule not just over Rome, but over time itself. To the senators, this wasn't just blasphemy, it was existential. If Caesar truly believed he had divine mandate, he was no longer playing politics. He was playing God. The Romans were deeply superstitious, and they held a collection of ancient prophetic scrolls known as the Sibylline books that were locked away and only consulted in times of crisis. These books supposedly contained cryptic predictions about Rome's destiny. Only a few officials were allowed to access them. Guess who ordered a review of them? Julius Caesar. Some sources suggest Caesar was desperate to confirm his divine status or align himself with ancient prophecies. He may have found warnings, visions of a great man whose ambition would end in betrayal and death. Or worse, he may have found instructions. According to fringe historians, Caesar may have been attempting to reconstruct or awaken something lost, an ancient tradition, a forgotten science, or a divine bloodline. The idea that he could use Egyptian and Roman prophecy to reshape reality was heresy to many. The weeks leading up to Caesar's death were filled with strange events. His wife Calpurnia dreamed of his body bleeding in her arms. A soothsayer warned him to beware the Ides of March. Sacrificed animals were found to have no hearts, a chilling omen. And then there's the weather. Unseasonal storms raged, and earth tremors shook the ground. Some said it felt like the gods were stirring. The day of his assassination, Caesar almost stayed home, but fate, or something else, pulled him to the Senate. There in the theater of Pompeii, beneath a statue of his former rival, Caesar was stabbed 23 times. Some say he saw it coming. Some say he believed his death was a necessary step toward apotheosis, a transition into godhood. But the truth? It may have died with him. After his death, a comet blazed across the Roman sky. Many believed it was Caesar's soul ascending to the heavens. The Senate posthumously declared him a god. Temples were built. Coins were minted in his divine name. But here's the twist. What if that's exactly what Caesar intended? What if every move, the Egyptian alliance, the prophecies, the public deification, was part of a plan to cheat mortality? Whether or not Julius Caesar knew a deadly secret, one thing is clear. He didn't just want to rule Rome. He wanted to transcend it. And maybe, just maybe, he did. This has been another episode of The Awakening Dose. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and question everything.